Alright, there we are. Welcome back. Skylar West, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Easy Rome, you interviewed Darren Court. Mission. He did it all by himself. That is most impressive. Into the high-rise district.
Going up.
Going up. When you think we're about halfway, just a reminder, when you think we're about halfway through the game, and it doesn't, trying to pin it down exactly, let me know when we're crossing that point. Would be good to know. Help me plan things out a little bit.
Should be able to get it through here.
Function files updated. Move things around so we could get a little more. Breach. Ford himself. Average playtime on Bastion is 6, Transistors 7, Pyre's 14. So Pyre about twice as long. Yeah, looking at the varied playtimes on Bastion, I thought I tend to take longer streaming, the dynamic of being here, streaming, and trying to pay attention to multiple things always take longer. Almost always take longer, but we did Bastion in 6. And if Transistor is not going to take us 6, but is also not going to take us 12, what we might do is end a little early tonight. Play another 90 minutes or so. If we're past the halfway point, we might end there. Then on Thursday, we get 4 or 5 hours to play through the rest. Or 6, or whatever it takes. I thought we were going to play Bastion for 3 days. Silly me. Disappearance. Timestamp on subject's integration. Coincides with timestamp of previous authenticated user relinquishing access and control. Although subject's trace data was corrupted during integration, nonetheless such data has its uses and consequently derived a suitable function. Subject's trace data remains disjointed and cannot be recovered. File complete. That's the sense I'm getting, Jared, is that it's wildly different. In fact, from its description, I was less interested in Pyre, and now I'm convinced that I will. It was beautiful, ready, but the music and the visuals, I think those alone are enough to pull me in, and I will go along for the ride and see what they've come up with in terms of gameplay. This being so different from Bastion, but still enjoyable. Bastion was a little more mindless, and in a way, I liked that. It worked really well for streaming. I didn't have to think too hard. This does require a lot more thought, planning, attention, takes it away from chat, but I can't fault the game for that. Very different experience. Does ask more of the player. Seems ask more. What else did we open up? Switch. Solstice. Administrative restrictions over the northwestern part of Goldwalk conflicted with the breadth of sky that needed painting. Because of her physiological state, however, Miss Yondale disregarded the restrictions and painted away. The result was stunning, as the majority of onlookers failed to find words to describe it. But because Miss Yondale wantonly ignored a front-page directive from administration, she was banned from sky painting for a term of 2.5 times longer than she found acceptable. She petitioned for reprieve and came in contact with an administrator who suggested there were ways the term could be lightened. She was eager to learn how. Doesn't sound good. Install and use the function in a passive slot to learn more. I'm not sure if I do want to learn more or not. Let's... The passive, it will spawn a friendly bad cell when retrieving cells. Friendly bad cell. Base damage, life. Right. Add that. And that each has an active effect. If we want to move things around, what does this need? This needs to be installed in either upgrade or passive. All that as an upgrade. What can we do with Spark as an upgrade? Oh, that sounds cool. Bounce plus spark. Bounce will spawn chaotic jumping spark particles from each target struck. Cool. What has not been installed in an active slot yet? Anything? Everything's been in an active slot now. I can't install that anyways. Take something out. Okay, let's doing right now, and it's grade slot chance to prevent cells from spawning, but that's not what it's doing right now. Copies. It was spawning copies of us. But its own. If we summon a friend, question for chat, if we summon a friend and don't plan its actions with turn, will it still take some actions on its own, or not? Will automatically attack? Play around with that. Really? I'm not sure if that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's I need that. I don't really want to remove that. I'm just looking here. Arc. Reach. Longer attack range and more turn planning. Time is practically frozen during turn. Friend will just kind of be stuck in stasis while you act. So that, I get that. That's fine as long as there is some real-time action and it's not totally useless. Or would I get more out of putting breach in? I might get more out of putting breach in. Everything's been in a primary slot. Maybe we'll find some new stuff soon. He'll attack while you're on cooldown. Main gondola.
Hope this works. Next stop, high rise.
High rise.
Something's wrong.
What's wrong?
Get ready.
Protected. What's it protected by? Oh, I love that voice. Keep doing that. Keep humming. Just humming. I can't see myself. Where the hell am I? Ow! That was bad. We're in some trouble here. We're gonna lose something. I lost myself in the chaos for a moment there. I could come up with much more effective combinations of skills, but going for those lore bits and moving things around in the name of that, we'll see. They all look far too alive for my taste. Block, block, blocked. Block, 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 blocked. 1, it's not gonna bounce. Gonna stop me over there. Gaunt. Gaunt. Alright, how about something else? Blocked, blocked. You don't look blocked to me. It's supposed to bounce. Let's try that. Oh, we're in so much trouble. Blocked, blocked, blocked. Blocked. I don't buy your blocked. I don't buy your blocked at all. Stop. Aye! Bad cells. Man. Know about all this blocked stuff. Stuff that doesn't look very blocked is showing as blocked, and let's play along. I want to hear blocked. You can bounce to everything from here. Everything! You can bounce to everything. Bounce lost. Overload! Okay. Well, fine then. I haven't been setting these. I forgot I moved this. I haven't been using it at all. It's like it wasn't there. We made it. The wormhole. Not this. We might be dead here. We'll see. Reposition. Not quite gonna work. Right. Those are friendly bad cells, right? Friendly bad cells because of the passive I put in so that I could get more of the story. As the layers pile on, I'm trying to take this all in one shot. We're not that far in, 3 hours, right? But level 6, get or ping. Get is magnetic and rearranging. Force a target to close to the user, stronger against distant targets. An upgrade may make most functions pull targets out of position. As a passive, draw in cells faster and from farther away. Get to try that one in a test. Ping, rapid, efficient, fire rapid, kinetic charges in a straight line is an upgrade. Reduces turn planning cost and speeds up most functions. That's good. Passive slot effect move much farther in a single use of turn. Ping! Ping's an important function. Secondary upgrade slot for an active slot. Because we can rearrange things, it doesn't really matter which one it goes on, but unlock on one. I want to keep familiar button arrangements for anything I've been doing stuff with. Could do that. Permission system. That's what was going on. Select limiter. Process will respawn from cells much less time. Initiative or responsibility. User will lose access to 6 mem or more. Functions may be uninstalled. Anyways, we're not going to be using. We'll have to put limiters on, right? Those are optional, right?
Almost there.
Almost there.
Welcome to High Rise. Welcome home.
Statements in turn are only the estimated outcomes, not the truth, especially where the enemies are involved, it seems. You can predict your own movement apart from things that may occur to change your movement, but generally your movement would be pretty predictable. What they do, that's less. And then the damage estimates, because the estimate assumes that they're getting hit. But they may have moved and not get hit at all. Yeah.
Load up.
Field limiters. Nope, 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 nope. It's a whole lot of nope. Using a limiter does give a little background bio on an enemy type. Yeah, I'm sorry to be disregarding it so quickly, but even if we do this in 2 streams, taking it all in at once, there's a lot to take in. I have plenty to work with already. I feel like I could easily play with a certain set of abilities and upgrades and spend more time with that. I could play with that for an hour or 2. I don't need to change it every 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, so I'm trying to get in the swing of things and not get hung up on using the same stuff over and over again. But everything adds another layer to it, and I don't want to get to that point where I get lost in it. Yeah, it's good to know. It's good to know. I'm only responding. I just want people to know where my head's at. I am being a little dismissive of the limiters, and I was in Bastion too with the shrines. Not just trying to say, no difficulty, no. But there's plenty to process. So, disappearance, Miss Vondale's gifted command over a dimension of the city's physical and natural beauty caused the Camerata to seek her out. While aspects of the city evolved at a constant rate, the particular way in which Miss Yondale, I've been saying Vondale, Miss Yondale approached her craft with a strong, discerning, intuitive sense, but with an eye for the wishes of her followers, created a particular disposition that appealed to the Camerata. After she vanished, close to 70% of Miss Yondale's connections decided she must have fled the district to escape sentencing, and that somewhere out there the skies still sparkle with the patterns of her choosing. Reasons cited: sky looks blue because we want it to. Overloaded. Repaired in 1 more access point. So, what needs to be a passive if we want to unlock more of its story? Red needs to go. Upgrade or passive. As a passive, it would gain. We would gain damage resistance and immunity to all slowing effects. Upgrade, it would stun and disrupt. Let's install it as an upgrade somewhere. Hey. Task is complete. Story's complete. We need to try Jaunt in an upgrade or a passive slot at some point, but I like zipping around. Alright, let's see. It'd be fun to unlock most of these. Maybe we won't get them all, but... Miss Doom! Hey! You played this? And what needs to go in an active slot? Nothing else, right? Ping, I think, was the only one that hasn't been in an active slot. What needed to go in a passive slot? Function in a passive slot. Sybil. As a passive, we'll gain a 25% chance turn to become a super user. Whatever super user is. Root privileges in this game. What does that mean?
I think it's full.
Yeah. File complete. Beat. Upgrade or passive. Upgrade. Will in turn recovery. We can keep shooting while in recovery. That would be good. Aim will be usable during recovery. Try that. Super user. You know what's coming then, huh? Shoot, we can stealth. What else needs to be an upgrade? Bounce needs to be an upgrade. Well, it's overloaded. Passive, we're doing that now. Done. Done. Used as an upgrade. Mask will automatically launch a powered up spark when the effect ends. Alright. That leave us to work with. Charm. Done. Both of these are complete, right? Charm's range up and it will penetrate through targets, or we get a separate attack. Separate them for now. Okay. I miss a function file that was updated we can look at. We haven't looked at ping yet.
Enter Heifer.
We don't have much, but
Precinct did a press conference and everything.
enter. It's as cool as it sounds. Alright.
Oh.
No more warping around. I gotta remember that. Charm, right off the bat.
Stay. Stay. That's you. No? We're off.
Keep charm. Ow! And he's got a bite. He's got a bite on him. Damn. And we can't attack him while he's charmed, so... Better take him down, Red.
Bad boy.
Bad boy. we get to that terminal? Process spreads to 66% of Cloudbank. Unexplained outbreak causes mass relocation efforts across city.
If anybody's left to hear it.
Designated urgent. The entire western half of Cloudbank is now offline as central administration scrambles to contain the threat and relocate citizens to designated safe zones. Casualty rates are unknown, though missing person reports crossed 100,000 as of this writing. Authorities denied foreknowledge of the epidemic and urged citizens to travel east as soon as possible and to register relocation requests at their local OVC terminals. If anyone is listening, the Camerata are about...
Whole town's being held ransom.
Is anyone gonna... Is anyone still even listening? Red. Thank you. Comment was submitted. Let's see for moderation.
Can't even see the canals.
Rooftop gondola. There was something back down there before we get to the rooftop gondola. Terrace apartments. Vacancy rate 100%. Might as well.
Best view in town.
Tenant, alias Red. Oh, it's her place. Apartment 3.
It's strange coming here. Like this.
Right.
Can't imagine what it's like for you. Well, at least Junction Jan's delivered. Harvest garden with extra greens. Flatbread delivery still going strong. Not so bad when it's cold. Not that I know anymore. Help yourself and good.
How would a sword eat pizza anyways?
Locked yourself out. How are you gonna... Oh,
Like that.
it all looks fine from up here.
It's the little things indeed.
Oh, Red.
What just happened to you? You don't look good.
Starting to lose you.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all. Too bad. He's gonna tear me up. I mean, that's pretty much all I can do. I keep shooting him on cooldown. I'm starting to lose you. You tell me what happened. Hey, Manny, checking in after the storm. Got very lucky. Storm moved in such a way it weakened a good bit before coming here, there. Almost got hit by the eye wall. That would have been good. Due to this new course, you got no storm surge. Heck yeah. Manny, thanks for checking in. I was watching it through yesterday. Absolutely. It seemed like the original track was going to be right up the middle, and then east, then it was west, and then it went west, but came back up the middle, and just it kept everybody guessing the whole time. Very glad to hear from you, Manny. In case you're chat but not watching. Yeah, still some people I haven't heard from would be really good to hear from, but overall, the storm surge in most places, as far as I've heard, was not as bad as expected, and what a difference that made.
Smoke weed every day.
So there's another one checking in. Chronic. Chronic made it through. Ah, yeah. I came from that elevator, didn't I? Chronic, good to see you. How are things today? You, cleaning up messes, or what's on your plate? And you never lost power even. The house is fine. Just a few trees got a little bit pruned, possibly moved. Okay, Lillian Platt. Actions taken. Personal records show Miss Platt preoccupied with certain rumors and urban legends concerning an unusual phenomenon cited in the northwestern corner of the city, and possible connections between this and the rash of disappearances during the past 12 months. For undisclosed reasons, she does not wish to involve the authorities. Her access to privileged OVC information may have contributed to her decision. Other records shows she engaged in clandestine discussions with individuals claiming to have knowledge of the circumstances surrounding her friend's disappearance. She arranged to meet with them one night at an unmarked port near Goldwalk Bay. Put Spark in a passive slot. Spawns a copy when attacked, diverting nearby targets. That we can lock its last bit. Still cleaning, most of it's done. Excellent. Oh man, must be a lot though. The other one we got, inspect function, updated. Also needs to be in a passive to get the last bit. Preston Moyle, freewheeling. Tracking systems on his bike indicate that Mr. Moyle headed northwest across the canals late one night, averaging speeds 228% faster than the common standard. He surely was aware that the northwestern corner of Cloudbank was offline pending investigation. This was likely the appeal. Having his very own abandoned part of town to race through on his custom bike was Preston Moyle's dream. The reality lived up to the dream, judging by the volume of Mr. Moyle's laughter recorded by his bike. However, the recording stopped abruptly. It's really not the same, but bits of this remind me of Snow Crash, one of my favorite books, the metaverse in Snow Crash. Some of the descriptions of the space we're in, Cloud Bank, and its different areas reminds me of the way the metaverse was portrayed in Snow Crash. Although, not so much. Controller down! Really? Controller, you're gonna crash and turn on limiters for me? That's evil. Evil controller. Evil. Read the book. Getting a sense of the story? Getting a sense of the world. I don't know if I'm getting a sense of the story. Want to share some thoughts on the story, context, review, whatnot. Up to this point, please feel free, as long as it doesn't, spoil things going forward. So how are we doing there? That wheeling needed to be in a passive slot. We can't move it there yet because we're doing that with Spark. Manny going to the other house to pick up the other car. See you guys. Manny, glad you're doing all right. Very glad you checked in. Like getting through the rest. Maybe not so much cleanup, after all. Help, also updated. Red. Recommendations. One night, Miss Rice nominated Red as a target for her Camerata colleague, citing Red's surging popularity in the city and her unusual set of selections. Red could substantially advance the Camerata's agenda and was not yet so ubiquitous that her sudden disappearance couldn't be sufficiently disguised. Miss Rice promised that the Camerata could get to Red at a time when she would be completely alone. Trace data reveals an 85% chance he falsified this claim. So it seems we're living in a virtual environment. The personalities, the identities are programs. You know, maybe something like the Matrix or the Metaverse or whatnot. Are there beings outside of that virtual environment that correspond? I'm not getting that sense. Seems like we exist in this virtual environment. Programs living in this world. And complete nope. The process, maybe the process is some sort of virus, rogue software, malware, something, some corruption. And so this virtual world inhabited by creative programs that even go so far as to sing and dance and vote on each other's abilities. They seem very sentient, and where are the boundaries? I don't think we know yet. So what can we rearrange now? Upgrade slot. We can put red in an upgrade slot. Stun and disrupt nearby targets. If we disappear with mask, we will stun and disrupt nearby targets. Let's try that. Passive. What did we just put in passive? Spark. So that'll have to wait. We're getting through these programs, though. Put that in an upgrade slot. Switch and bounce, which will chain to multiple nearby targets. Or breach will chain to multiple nearby targets. Yeah! Yeah, that sounds like an effective one. Combat effective. Thing needs to be an upgrade or a passive. That can wait. Still do that. Those are our two main attacks, and then we've got a charm and a stealth.
You know, I never thought much of a high-rise. Far from the water. Then I found out you lived here.
I'm sorry. This is Chronic, what did you make me do? That was for you, Chronic. We haven't used anything in a different slot yet. Bathing pool. Average simultaneous users, 2.3.
Can't even go for a swim because you're stuck with me.
It's worth it. Go for a swim later.
Think anybody else is in here
Drunken sword time.
besides me? I've seen no one. But when I look up to where the sky should be, I see you.
100
And I
stairs.
You can hear me.
Number of stairs? 115.
Going all the way up to the top of that tower out there.
Backdoor detected.
You can hear me, right?
Oh, I can hear you.
Waves.
Waves. Hey, Luna.
I'm alright.
Are you alright?
I'm alright.
You just needed a rest. Play with the beach ball. Put on
I'd
some
play
tunes.
with you if I could.
I know. Ah. Let's lay in the hammock.
In a high rise. Don't know what came over me out there. It was like... Well, anyway, whatever it was, it's past. Feels like I'm me again. More or less.
More or less. When are we ever really ourselves, though? Ponder that. It's like Infinity Man. Performance test. 1 of 7.
Lucky door number 4.
Number 4. Door number 4, Monty.
What do we have this time?
Functions allowed 3 of 9.
At capacity.
Much farther in a single use of turn. Or reach will be more efficient to plan during turn and faster in real time. Okay. Well, that's it then.
There's the bell.
Use access point to start wave 2. When are we really ever ourselves? Well, clearly not in the bedroom. For me, says Chronic, I've been told a whole different kind of animal there. It's not when I'm hungry. I've also been told I'm not me then. Unless I get a Snickers. We get a little more room to play with. Is at a range. Spark at a range. Spark at a range.
Why not?
Why not? Looks good from here. Uh-oh. It's a lady. A very angry lady. A very angry young lady. Shit. No, sneaky, sneaky. Wave 2 clear. A little more room. This is cool. The way they're building things up.
Greetings, my excellent
Greetings! Quadius, how are you doing? Health. Arg. Will briefly render the user predictable. I think you know what to do, Jay. Get a passive on that. Change my mind here. Let's.
Last round.
A jerk! Oh God! Don't be a jerk. No! Ow! 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 Nice. Wave 3 clear! Performance test 1 of 7. We passed kindergarten! Check unlocked. Vanishing point. It's a jerk 2.0. 2.0 makes a big difference. Speed test. Let's test.
Let's give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Gotta move quick once the process shows up.
Gotta go fast. Oh, that's that. So drop a sparkly, shoot it. Okay.
Here come your old friends.
Oh shit. Where are you putting these things, Red?
Not much time left.
No. Not as easy. Ah, I forgot to go for the cheerleaders anyways.
No dice.
Let's try that again. I gotta focus, go for the cheerleaders and all that. Okay. Can I drop it right there? Not gonna go far enough. Okay, well, let's see what happens. To the first packet. Hey! This is so nice.
Not much time left.
Yeah, no shit, huh? Not much time left. Didn't like the sound of that, and not liking it in real time any better. Okay, you know what? Let's go back. I don't think I like that one. Codias, neck. Slept on it bad, can't move it. Well, oh man, I hope it's just a day thing. Turn. Yeah, I need to practice with the packet. I need to be able to put the packet where I want the packet and then be able to shoot the packet quickly. I get that. That's how that one appears to work. But I don't seem to have a knack for placing packets, so I don't want to mess with that right now. Quad, I'm sorry to hear about your neck. As you know, I've been through a lot of that stuff, so treat it well and don't rush into anything, but try heat, try cold. Take an ibuprofen and feel like muscles or something else going on. Hopefully another night's sleep gets it somewhere back to normal. Okay, sounds like it could be quite a few different things, spasms or something else.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
It sounds like it just happened.
Back from break.
Back from break.
Must be sin.
Hey. I got my stuff back. Can I charm a young lady? Let's try it. Try it. There's something else there? No? Can I charm a young lady?
One of those she's got to be fake, right?
Charm did work.
Oh,
Brief as it was. Keep pitting them against each other, why not?
well, good luck.
I need to change my skills up at the next access point. Chasing all those stories, but at some point I want to go back to what feels like the most effective setup for me. Locked. Just keep switching them back and forth. Try to whittle them down, and then one will hopefully die and not have a lot left. One that's left won't have a lot left. Copy. Shit blocked. Armor blocked. I would charm both. Let's not do that. Let's shoot both. one that's almost dead. Let's charm her. Why blocked? Blocked. She doesn't look blocked. Blocked. And I don't want to charm them both either. Kill him. Overkill, overkill, overkill! Oh, what's overkill? Show me overkill! Have we seen super user kick in? Because I'm not sure we have. It seems the odds suggest we have, but I haven't noticed anything that's been going on already. Help from your passives about an hour ago, so it's physically impossible for super user to kick in. That's right. That would do it. That would do it. Thank you. Told you, layers. I'm not keeping track of what I've done and changed. I think about something that I may have added and only had it for 5 minutes, and I keep thinking I have it. Should get an explosion when this kicks in. When I come back, no. This wouldn't be the first game, and I'm certainly not gonna hold it against the game, but I've said in other games, this is not the first game where I've said, often less skills, fewer skills, sometimes works better for me than having more skills. I can be easily overwhelmed by having too many choices. Perhaps I'm easily pleased.
That was pretty swell.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I can take a handful of things and enjoy them tremendously, and then you give me 20 more options, and I go, okay, I was fine with the 5. With the 5. 5 were good. 20's cool. 5 were good. Did I watch? We were just here. Did I watch what?
You know those white walls?
My brain's in another place right now. Quad, what are we talking about?
I kind of miss those.
You do? Right, Red. Career. Pirates of the Caribbean, no, I'm a few behind. I saw the first 2 or 3, and I haven't seen any since. Not saying I won't, but I haven't been seeking them out. Red, career. To appreciate the impact of Red's music, consider first the current state of Cloudbank's social climate and how it evolved over the past 2 decades. When an altercation finally erupted in the crowd during one of her performances, it was the first such incident in 4 years. Escalated to the point where administrators were summoned to the scene. As one of the subjects was banned from the premises, he accused Red of being an instigator and a provocateur. Red later stated it was in this moment that she fully understood the potent effect of her music, that her music had on people. She decided to take certain precautions from that point, receding from the spotlight to compose new material in relative privacy, like the Beatles. Rumors swirled. Then, when she finally reemerged, trouble followed. Once the Beatles went into the recording studio, stopped performing live, they performed in public once more on a rooftop, right? Bark, file now complete. Disappearance. Miss Platt never learned the truth about her vanished friend, although in a brief moment she did learn the truth about the unusual phenomenon. To the Camerata, Miss Platt was more of a meddler than an opportunity, one of a scarce few who held some knowledge of their movements. When the time came, they made sure they were nowhere near her last known location. According to the OVC, Miss Platt has been missing for more than 2 weeks, and the trail has gone cold. Incidents of foul play have occurred less than once a year on average for the last 10 years, but authorities have not yet ruled it out in this case. So I'm just backing up for a second. Passive. Red needs to be in as a passive. Let's do that while I'm thinking about it. Damage resistance and immunity to all slowing effects. File complete. File complete. Also needs to go into a passive slot. Jaunt. File complete. Hey, Dina. How you doing? Good to see you. File complete on Sybil. Ola needs to also be in a passive slot. So we have 2 more after. Also needs to be in a passive slot. Just need to keep swapping. Swapping. Right now, red's in a passive. And we can rearrange other stuff. The only things that are left are things that need to be in a passive. Everything else is covered. So let's actually pull everything else out and just think through this for a second. Time to unlock more passive slots. How do we unlock more passive slots? Is that a level thing, or I would love to know, so feel free to spoil a little bit for me. How do we unlock those passive slots? I want to zip around again, just leveling, straight leveling. Eventually you get it as an option. To play with here. 3-second charm if I shoot them with ping. Like that. Charms things. When I have to go and mask, it'll charm things that are nearby. Oh, it sort of boosts the evasion that mask represents. Things also turn on each other and get immediately distracted. Chain reaction can be applied to things. Number of jumps, jump range, damage reduced. Like breach and bounce, that was good. Do some powerful extra attacks. An upgrade will split and subdivide most functions for greater results. 3 projectiles, damage reduced. Ping will fan out multiple projectiles that are more damaging at close range, like a fan. Jaunt will rain spark particles along the user's path. Spark damage. Can't fit anymore, but play with that. What are you saying? Yeah, unused functions, but I can't fit it. So why are you bugging me? Didn't we put red in a passive slot? Taking it out. Don't forget to put red in the passive. Yeah, thank you. Thought I did. Okay, better. Process.
Maybe they're alive?
Shielded, protected, protected, operator protected. I see a snapshot. I don't see a... Leader, what's protecting him? Emergency turn initiated. Oh, emergency turn. That's new. Breach lost. Not good. Don't. That's bad. See if I can charm them and get them to kill each other. Just do a barrel roll, Jay. Got the charm. How much damage can you guys do? Each other. I'm getting smoked here. They took my best attack. Couple. Just kill each other, please. That'd be great. Oh shit! A snapshot. Humming's putting you to sleep. Overload. John lost. What do we have left? Not much. Die, snapshot, die! Die, creep, die! That worked splendidly. Finished Bastion, yeah, I liked it a lot. That's why we're playing this. It went much more quickly than I expected, and I liked it a lot. Lock protected. Well, we'll frack you too. Destroy these things? Is there any reason to destroy these things? Ah! I'm not sure I'm getting the what I need to get. There we go. Red eventually regen. Was it killing the operator that I made it? Ow! Regen. What the rules are. It seems like it can hurt me through certain structures and not through others. I can hurt it through certain structures and not through others, but they're not necessarily the same structures. operators aren't a
Could
structure,
always
they're a
handle
spawner
yourself.
type enemy.
Just fine. I love you so
well-
much, Red. You know that, right?
I think I got that they were a spawner.
It's true.
Aren't they technically
It's
a structure?
true.
I mean, I get you.
It's true.
True. Vapor. Come closer.
Just some crazy fog I've never seen before. Nothing to be afraid of.
Nothing. Nothing to be afraid of. Construction site approved 20 days
Maybe
ago.
now they'll quit building out the rest of the block.
What was that?
What was that?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure it was nothing. Ragged towers. Here we come. Top of the town. This tower's changed 1,000 times.
We need an access point.
It's gotta be pretty old.
I've got his pew pew pew. Pew.
Every time you cast a vote in this town,
Back door.
it gets tallied,
Terminal.
sorted, somewhere here.
OVC terminal symptoms described for urgent list. Voice went bye there. Urgent list of known process symptoms. Are you or anyone you know experiencing any of the following?
Another chance to make Cloud Bank a better place.
Known symptoms of process infection: skin pallor, fever, forgetfulness, fatigue. Well, I'm awfully gray, don't you think?
Oh, you look fine.
Thank you for your feedback. Please alert your medical professional or remain indoors until help arrives. All of those.
Seems like you're safe.
Hey, Kithri.
I take full credit.
Maintenance access. What else? What else? What else? What else? Is there an access point? We're around. Look to see. Oh, that doesn't look good.
The spine of the world.
Oh, looks safer over there. Safer over there. Kithri, I'm good. How are you? Maintenance access. Oh, just thanks for that. Spine of the world it is. With my pew 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 pew. Oh, that didn't work. It. What's on your plate this week? Kid 3. No! Not cool. I need
Would you look at the
my skills. No, that's not cool. But I need more than pew pew pew.
Is that what it's doing this to me?
Ah.
Don't mind us.
No, don't mind me. After the spine, you're at the halfway point. That's perfect. Thank you. We just have to get through the spine.
Back there.
It'll be easy, they said.
I think that was just the tail.
Just use your pew pew, they said.
Where'd everybody go? If I was the size of that thing, I wouldn't hide from anybody.
Anybody. Red, file complete. Good. Disappearance. Camerata found her one night. once the crowds dispersed after one of her performances. They had reason to believe that she would be alone, rehearsing, said the new material. She was not alone, and the presence of another individual disrupted aspects of the Camerata's plan for that night. Red survived the incident, becoming separated from the Camerata due to these unforeseen events on their part. Although her trace data remains intact, partial transfer did occur, including transfer of ownership status of something the Camerata believed theirs. Like... word? Survived. Separated. Trace data remains intact. Partial transfer occurred, including transfer of ownership. Something they believed theirs. Huh. Wow. A few more things need to go into a passive slot to have their stories completed. It's 2... 3. 3 different things need to go into a passive slot. Deflecting shield that negates damage to the user. Well, nice. Friendly bad cell when retrieving cells. Much farther in a single use of turn. Bounce. That's why I thought I had red in there before. Looked like it. Overloaded. What's not overloaded right? Arm. Red. Okay, one more access point. Things that are overloaded. Usable again. There's our shield.
Here they are. I see the spine.
Oh, switched. They'll all switch, so we don't want to do that.
Excuse us. Pardon us. So,
doing all the way over there? That's awfully inconvenient. You know that, right? Protected. Get or load. Load is put out a packet, shoot it. Get is bring targets closer, drawn cells. Permission. Memory, +4 memory. 1 passive slot. That would be nice, 1 passive slot. 1 upgrade slot. Go with another passive. Now we need an access point. Courtyard. Relative safety.
It took off. I think it took off.
Alright. Complete. Nicola Chen. Disappearance. Camerata saw in Mrs. Chen an invaluable moral compass of sorts. Someone predominantly driven by philanthropic goals and seeking no personal gain from her actions. This type of perspective they felt was an important counterbalance in comparison to some of the other individuals they had in mind. Work was no less significant to the city, but whose intentions were not as plain to see. After her disappearance, those who knew Miss Chen reluctantly came to believe that the Channel incident shook her resolve enough to where she decided to go away for a while, reignite her passions. See, that wasn't so bad of a time to go with overloaded functions. No, it wasn't. It hasn't been. It was more that when it happened, it was bad because I only had one thing left. Once we got to an access point and could fill in some other things, it wasn't bad at all. I was a little worried about running around with just one, though. Oh, new function. I have to install it, learn more. Okay, well, let's get this in a passive. And we have 2 passive slots now. What else needed to go in a passive? Cover more quickly after using a turn. When using turn, after using turn. Okay. Let's clear up the others for a moment. Load. Gotta put everywhere to unlock it. Start there. Crash will fan out. Let's try that. 4 left. Packets will charm. Turn back over there. Bounce. Oh, no, it won't fit. That was it. That was it.
I say that already.
Okay.
Bracket towers. Settling every big decision in this town. Head of the Camerata and they're pulling the strings.
I don't think that counts as using it. It doesn't count as using it. Gotta use it in battle. Bad. Doesn't count as being past the spine, right? Or are we past the spine? OVC. Monstrosity attacks Bracket Towers. Eyewitness reports confirm presence of a massive organism in downtown Cloudbank.
We'll get to say we were there.
Developing. A huge serpentine creature was seen clinging to Bracket Towers South in the high-rise district early this morning amid spreading panic and devastation caused by the process outbreak ravaging the city. Administration warns that the creature is extremely dangerous and is to be avoided at all costs. The 18th Precinct is launching a full-scale effort to draw the creature away from populated centers. Any residents remaining in high-rise are urged to leave the area immediately. So we're gonna have to fight it in this, maybe fight it in this level. You'll know when you're past the spine, huh? All right then. Hey, it's me. Are you still there?
Hi.
Answer me.
What?
Look, we're gonna get ourselves out of this, okay?
Okay. Yeah,
Hold on. You just try to hold on, all right?
I'm trying.
Hold on. You have to hold on. I'm gonna find the thing that's doing this, and I'm gonna break its heart.
I believe you. You always have a plan. Hello.
Hello.
How'd you get in there?
The foundation, structural integrity,
This tower isn't
77%.
going anywhere. You hear that? Spine?
You hear that?
Know what I hate worse than stairs? Nothing. Right now, nothing.
But if I was nearby, out of the way, I could possibly attack it.
You know, I have a theory about what's come over me.
What's your theory? Hey!
I think what's causing this. It's big. Real big. It's white, red polka dots, pointy tail.
Not really gonna be a backstab because it's gonna move. Well, try it.
It's like closer it gets, the farther apart we are.
Bracket Towers, B1. OVC terminal database corrupted. But I must. We're sorry, this terminal has suffered an unknown problem and needs to restart. Restart.
If we don't move it, we'll be worse than this terminal.
File a report. We're sorry. Your request cannot be
I doubt
completed
they'll
at
get
this
the
time. All circuits currently busy. Try again
Hey,
later.
where's the spine? There it is again.
Change some stuff around. Right. File complete. Enter Jalliford. Disappearance. The Camerata knew Officer Jalliford posed a significant threat. He was one of the only detectives stubborn or determined enough to refuse to accept the administration's non-committal answers about what was going on in Goldwalk. After considering several ideas that might draw the officer out, the Camerata realized they needed only to be patient with him. After all, a forecaster could only predict what was already planned. After Officer Jolliver vanished, the 18th Precinct fabricated a palatable explanation for the public. The officer was approaching retirement age, and together they agreed to name a quarter of his home district in his honor. Load function. Wave Tennigan. Mr. Wave Tennigan traded the quiet life of a sanctuary vicar to become one of Cloudbank's biggest alternative broadcast personalities for his distinct blend of good-natured mannerisms and incisive social commentary. Straddling the generational boundary between the old guard and the new, Mr. Tennigan offered a canny perspective on the many factors influencing the city's evolution. But during one of his many meet and greet events with his listeners, he met a group of individuals who would forever change the course of his life. Move things around again. Jaunt, file complete. Preston Moyle, disappearance. OVC first declared Mr. Moyle's absence a full 5 days later. So sure were his associates that he would return like always. His close friends did not worry more than usual for 3 days, but for each subsequent day their worry increased an average of 84%. This quotient proceeded to spread the numerous fans of Mr. Moyle's illustrious career, although administrators barred any appeals to search for him in an offline district. Alright, so everything's complete except the new one now. Load. Everything's complete except load. Load needs to be in an upgrade or a passive slot. Area of effect in upgrade or volatile packets instantly at regular intervals in a passive slot. Let's put it right into passive. What else is a good passive? Damage resistance, immunity to slowing, more planning in turn, spawn copy when attacked, recover more quickly, become undetectable and faster after eliminating targets. Friendly bad cells, 25% chance to become a super user. Let's put that back. I'm not sure I ever got to see it. If I did, it somehow went right by me. Modifying it. Okay. That. Oops. Okay. Almost. No! Bracket Towers gondola. Auxiliary power true.
Hey, wanna hear a funny joke? What's the difference? Never mind. Tell you later.
detected.
Are we there yet? Red, wait. Please be.
Haven't fought since the last one. We're saved here now. Be nice to have Jaunt in there, but we'd have to drop something out. Whoa!
Oh dear. I can't. Losing you.
Mask didn't work. Hey, that helped. Ah! Emergency turn. Breach lost. Damn it. Oh, 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 oh. Ow, 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 ow. Just die! You know what? Just die! Boom, boom! Inside. Come closer. Texture is soft and greasy. We're going in. Spine. Closer. Beats per minute 17. Until we got here! Well, died from a broken heart.
Thanks. For whatever you did back there.
Indeed, she said she would.
Among other things.
Spine.
Yikes. I guess I missed the good part.
You were here with us. In spirit. Two people detected in Bracket Tower's concourse. Backtracking to the access point. Yeah. Backtrack.
They got that loudmouth Tennigan. Figured he retired.
Arrangements. That evening, after his event drew to a close, Mr. Tennigan met members of the group calling themselves the Camerata. Invited Mr. Tennigan to come see what was really going on in his city, as long as Mr. Tennigan promised not to disclose any facts concerning the existence of the group. Mr. Tennigan outwardly accepted, for his curiosity could not be quenched, but inwardly refused, for his commitment to his listeners precluded the keeping of any such secrets. First, he would meet the Camerata on their terms. He'd use that as an upgrade. Now, area of effect. King will do, and we'll have a blast radius. Let's try that. Overloaded. Second charm when we zip through things. Why not?
Load it up. Something a little faster for a change.
And I think we are gonna wrap here. So you think I should go through the door? We're gonna call this a halfway point in the game, and we're gonna call it a halfway point in the sense that we're gonna stop the stream now, so we have another stream of this that's pretty good. If we went another 90 minutes, we're only gonna get 3 hours on Thursday. I'd like to get another 4 or 5 hours, and I think we will, based on today. Let's plan for that. I gotta figure out what we're doing after. Might spend another day or two with Geralt. We might switch over to something else. This has been fun. We're not going to move right to Pyre. So, I'll give it thought. Do you enjoy this today? I enjoyed this a whole lot today. I kind of like the not fair to call it mindless, but the more mindless gameplay of Bastion. I also like the more tactical play of Transistor. This definitely requires more attention. The world building, the quality of the music, it's up to par. They did some exceptional work in Bastion, and they've done it again. Now I'm looking more forward to Pyre than I was. The description of the gameplay didn't sound so appealing, but I kind of trust them more now to show me something that I didn't realize would be fun, like this. Didn't know what to expect. But I think we're gonna wrap here for the day. Let me see who's on Twitch. Who can we drop in on? I know we did yesterday, but let's drop in on the Iceman Cometh Again. He's still playing Uncharted Lost Legacy. I wouldn't be surprised if he finished tonight from where he was yesterday. Maybe not. But he's already passed the my favorite fight. Kimberly says, have a great evening. Night, everyone. Thank you for the stream, Jay. Another fun day. See you all next time. I'll see you all for some more of this tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Enjoy a day off from streaming tomorrow. That's what I will do. Got some other things to do and some computer clients to see. And I will see you all back here on Thursday. Cheers, everyone. See you on the other side. Good night.